Jah Rastafari, greetings once again. As we continue, this is part B of the previous one that we did about the culture of the chameleons is camouflaging. First, we're gonna read the word. Today, we're gonna see about the rocks or the rock. First, go to the temptations where Joshua was being tempted by the devil. Note here that I am not a theologian. It's just philosophy and my views and reasoning. Let's read in the book of Matthew, chapter 4, from verse 1. And the key word here is spirit. Okay? Then Joshua was led up by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, afterwards he was hungry. Now when the tempter came to him, he said, "If you are the Son of God, command that these stones become bread." But he answered and said, "It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from the mouth of God." Then the devil took him up into the holy city, set him on the pinnacle of the temple, and said to him, "If you are the Son of God, throw yourself down, for it is written, He shall give His angels charge over you, and in their hands they shall bear you up, lest you dash your foot against a stone." Joshua said to him, "It is written again, you shall not tempt the Lord your God." And again, the devil took him up on an exceedingly high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their glory. And he said to him, "All these things I will give you if you will fall down and worship me." Then Joshua said to him, "Away with you, Satan, for it is written, you shall worship the Lord your God, and him only you shall serve." Then the devil left him, and behold, angels came and ministered to him. The three major things here is about in the temptation. We see that the devil, in the spirit, when the Lord was lifted by the Spirit to be tempted, the first temptation is about stones and bread. The second one is he took him to the pinnacle. You cannot take somebody to a place that doesn't belong to you. So here it tells us that already at the pinnacle of the temple it belongs to the devil. He had already captured that place. Well, in the third, he shows all the kingdoms of the earth and their glory, showing that he is the mastermind of all the kingdoms and their glory. But there is one thing that is lacking here, and that's what the devil was after. Not the bread, but the stone that the builders rejected, that has become the head corner stone, or the pillar up there. This stone, all the buildings he has been able to manipulate, all the governances he has been able to manipulate. But there is one thing that he has not been able to achieve, which he has always been looking for, is that stone. Because the builders, we are the builders. All human beings are the builders. And religion, he has already been able to manipulate religion. So, religion cannot be the head cornerstone. He has been able to manipulate the kingdoms. So, that is about the political realm. He has been able to manipulate it. That's why when we come to politicians, they lie to the people. They don't do what they say to the people. Okay? They don't bring the difference. And we'll see again when Christ is saying, he's talking, yes, his disciples. He had walked a journey with his disciples. And he asked them, who do you think I am? That is in the book of Matthew 16, 13 to 23. Because of time, you can go and read it for yourself. But remember, when he said, when Peter said, you are the Christ, he told Peter, flesh and blood cannot reveal this. It's the Spirit that has revealed this to you. And by just because the Spirit has revealed this to you, you will be on the foundation of my church. Let's put a break there. We go back to the birth of Christ. When the three wise men were looking for the child who was born, they went to King Herod. And King Herod told him, when you see this child, come and tell me where this child is, so that I can also as well go and bow down and worship him. Can you connect these two things? Bow and come and worship him. And here, Satan is looking for what? Can you bow and worship me, so that I can give you these kingdoms? So, with the kingdoms, or with the powers of the kingdom and the glory, yet there's something lacking. The head cornerstone. And that is only with this man. Remember, the other name of Joshua, he is called the Rock of Ages. Moses, when they were in the wilderness, he was told, go and talk to the rock, and the rock will dash forth water, and the people will quench their thirst. Pharaoh, and that story of Moses, Pharaoh also, when Moses was born, he did exactly like what King Herod did when he heard that Christ was born. But later on we see Moses, the importance of Moses in the kingdom of Pharaoh. He was the master builder. He is the one who he was the architect, designer of the kingdom of Pharaoh before he went to the wilderness and saw that what Pharaoh was doing was wrong. Now, back to what we were talking about. Our Mother Earth is in the ditch. We see that we need to do something. We cannot continue escalating more problems on this Mother Earth. We need to find quick solutions for every one of us. Because things are getting worse. And there's something you should note, that all this part, as I told you, the Great Rift Valley, I don't say that the oil is only found only on the Great Rift Valley, but the most amount of oil is down in that. And I told you, oil is the residue, the waste of our Mother Earth. And the gases and the fatting is the gases that we are trying to, we have been excavating and bringing forth, and it becomes a pollutant to our lives, to our health. So, you see, where any nation where there is oil, after they extract the oil, what comes later? War. Let's count. We begin with Lebanon. In the long time ago, Lebanon, Syria, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, all these places, war. Turkey, there was war long time ago. Now we see Ukrainian and Russia. War. And is it this oil that we need to think about it? Because every nation, Nigeria, war. And whenever there is minerals and oil, behind it, the devil, war, 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 war. Should we stop this, or should we live with this? Let's think about ourselves, humanity, and many other places. War. After extracting oil, what comes next? War. At the cost of oil. How can we save the parting shot? When you have time, read the book of Ezekiel, chapter 21, the book of, but this one I would like to as well to read. This is the book of Daniel, because it's very important, and in this prophecy, this time, let me get to it. Daniel chapter 2, verse 44 and 45. And we read, "And in the days of these kings, the God of heaven will set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. And the kingdom shall not be left to other people. It shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. Inasmuch as you saw that the stone the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it broke in pieces the iron, the bronze, the clay, the silver, and the gold. The great God has made known to the king what will come to pass after this. The dream is certain, and its interpretation is sure." That was the dream of King Nebuchadnezzar, as Daniel was explaining to him. We go back to the last thing, the parting chapter is Revelation chapter 11. From verse 17, saying, "We give you thanks, O Lord God Almighty, the one who is, and who was, and who is to come, because you have taken your great power and reigned. The nations were angry, and your wrath has come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that you should reward your servants, the prophets and the saints, and should destroy and those who fear your name, small and great, and should destroy those who destroy the earth. Then the temple of God was opened in heaven, and the ark of his covenant was seen in his temple. And there were lightnings, noises, thunderings, an earthquake, and great hails. You have heard, those who destroy the earth shall not escape in this time. Jah Rastafari, Selah.